That movie sucked.
I kind of liked it.
Movie Night Crew Network.
Welcome to Of the Eldest Gods, where we discuss Rick Riordan's role as our godly parent.
I'm Taylor from Cabin 6.
And I'm Charlie from Cabin 13. So, Taylor, all men are pigs. But some of them are guinea pigs.
I feel like Joe would be a guinea pig. He wouldn't be like a pig. If he were turned into anything, he gives off good guinea pig energy.
I see that.
I feel like
I understand that.
I think most of our friends from the movie night crew would definitely give off guinea pig energy.
I love that was what she went with instead of real pigs. Just guinea pigs.
She made a good point. Real pigs are very hard to take care of and very dirty.
Why did Rick change that? That's so weird.
I agree. She made a very good point.
It's so silly.
It's lovely.
Okay.
Oh yes, hello everybody. I am back from the dead. Thanks to Adele for, co-piloting last week.
Yeah.
I just figured y'all didn't want to listen to me cough and sneeze repeatedly. Cold season's real, man. Cold season's
Taylor
real.
was dying. Just a little bit. But
We're also recording on Saturday instead of Thursday because on Thursday this week, I literally was falling asleep standing up. So, I'm good today.
It's fine, because,
I got the fly!
Oh my god.
Guys, I've been trying to catch this fly for an hour now.
The episode I recorded with my mom yesterday of Phantom's Gone Wrong, she was falling asleep during. So, that made up for you.
It's okay. We're all old here on Movie Night Crew Network. With the exception of Sam, who did just turn 20, so...
Sam keeps us young.
Sam keeps us something. Just kidding, Sam, I love you. I realized recently, what we never do? Plug the fact that we have merch and a Patreon.
Yeah! Well, hey, I plugged that last week, because I was like, hey, pay $1 a month to us, and you can talk to Adele.
You can, and you can listen to our bullshit, also on Discord. You missed out on me telling the story of children trying to run me over with robots. That's something you get if you come onto Discord. I teach high schoolers normally, so interacting with 6-year-olds was a special time for me. I got to play with drones, so that was pretty cool.
Taylor, your life.
Oh, okay. I just started therapy again, literally right before we recorded this. And the therapist literally asked me, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, that's why I'm here."
That's a good thing. You gotta say that. That's why you're fucking here.
So, yeah. I'm very aware that I am not okay.
Are any of us?
This past year... Oh god, we're almost to 2 years. Oh my god.
Oh god. Don't make me think about this.
Past 2 years has basically made no one alright. It's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, just go to join Discord and then you can see how we're all also not fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But also we have merch.
Yeah, also get merch. I very much love my TeePublic t-shirts. Because, I have one for our show, but I also have one for Tolkien About. I have 2 from Tolkien About. The fabric they use at TeePublic is just so soft. So soft. And I got I have a really nice coffee mug with the Camp Bead symbol on.
Oh, I forgot it was a coffee mug that he got.
Yeah, I got a travel mug.
I got a phone case, and the t-shirt, and a pin.
Oh, I also have a mask.
Yay!
So, if you aren't vaccinated, please go get vaccinated if you are capable. I know there's always going to be some people that genuinely can't. But if you're not one of those people...
if you're able to.
Go do it. Boost. If you haven't gotten your first one, please fucking go do it. If you don't believe COVID's a thing, then, I don't know, maybe don't listen to our show.
Yeah.
Just putting it out there. I've lost too many people to COVID to, give into that bullshit right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to... I don't know what the name of this chapter is. Oh, we check into CC's Spawn Resort.
Yeah.
That's too long.
I love that it's CC's.
CC's.
God, I love it every time he does the fake name. It's so great.
Wake up time, Percy, and face the trauma. I am very sad because Tyson is the king, and Percy is sad, and Annabeth realizes she was shitty. So let's just go to this shady island full of beautiful women. Actually, let's go. An island-sized spa owned by the magical Cece. Annabeth gets prettier, and Percy gets guinea pigger? Thanks, Hermes, for saving our asses again with the power of healthy living. Let's let out the dangerous pirates and then steal their ships. Unfortunately, they are not, in fact, the pirates who don't do anything. They don't just stay home.
Who don't do anything.
And they've never been to Boston in the fall. So they've never come to visit you, Charlie. But these pirates might.
Okay. I like pirates.
You wanna meet Blackbeard?
Maybe not Blackbeard, but I like pirates.
Real pirates are very interesting. Well, Blackbeard was a real person. We'll talk about that.
Really?
Yeah.
I assume we're going to talk about that.
We are, in fact, going to talk about Blackbeard, a.k.a. Edward Teach, a.k.a. Edward Thatch, depending.
The fuck?
But, yeah. Well, Edward Teach is, the name I've known him as, but another last name spelling is Thatch. So,
wow.
But first, where the fuck are we?
Where the fuck are we, Taylor?
We have finally gotten to the Bermuda Triangle. Triangle.
Wait, was that a reference?
Yeah, where do I know that from?
Sweet Life on Deck.
Yeah, is that where it's from?
It's Sweet Life on Deck. That's what my brain immediately went to.
Oh yeah, then that's where it was. I was like, I know this from somewhere, I don't know where. So yeah. It's also known as the Devil's Triangle.
Just the devil.
The whole idea is that all of these ships and aircraft are supposed to have disappeared under mysterious circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, let me read this line from Wikipedia. Most reputable sources dismiss the idea.
Wow.
So there are a few notable situations, and I will come to that, but the actual explanation is because of where it's located. It is located it starts right off the coast of Florida, stretches up to Bermuda, and then goes down to Puerto Rico. Those are the 3 points of the triangle. Well, the Gulf Stream is right there. And it is also an area often hit by violent weather. Hurricanes are a fan of that region. That's mostly the answer. Navigation issues, human error. The amount of people who die in that area it's not significantly greater, proportionally speaking, than the rest of the ocean.
Okay.
We just have decided that it is a thing.
Listen, it's a thing. It's cool.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that, but it hasn't even made it into the top 10 of most dangerous waters for shipping. So
what the heck?
Yeah, that's an actual thing. But let's see. Some people think UFOs are to blame, alien UFOs. Leftover technology from Atlantis. That one's my favorite one. It's the Bimini Road. They thought there was a guy who thought it was going to be found in 1968. It has not been found. Atlantis is in fact not a thing. Yeah,
how do you know that?
Well, that's true. I don't know at this point. But I definitely go with the Gulf Stream is located there, as well as, the violent weather of the area. Basically, anytime you are getting really close to land, along the coast of things, you are screwing, you have a chance of running aground or something. So as you get closer to Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, you're going to have more of a chance of that shit. So if a ship goes missing in this area, it's probably going to be from a storm. Mm-hmm. Even just reading these ones where they have, they've listed some notable examples here. Every one of them, it looks like their main reasoning that people think was cyclones. Oh,
yeah,
never mind.
That would do it.
This one they originally thought was either piracy or domestic communist sabotage. Ooh, or rum runners, because it was during Prohibition. I like that one.
Alright.
Yeah. So, a lot of people will just completely go missing in these instances because the water is deep and the water is wide. You have the Gulf Stream going through this area, so unfortunately, and I don't mean to be as morbid, but if you're a dead body, you're very easily going to be swept away in a current.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a living body, you're going to be very easily swept away in a current. But you might have a chance.
Yeah.
So that's why in, like, these plane crashes and stuff, like, within our lifetime, especially in the Pacific, they don't find them because, or if they find a piece of them, it's hundreds of miles away from where the crash happened. So as much as I would love for some crazy fucking, myth about the waters there, it unfortunately doesn't stack up. We just have a lot of records from it because it's not that far from several shores.
I just like that one of the ships that was, like, lost is the USS Cyclops.
Yes, that does...
I wonder, Rick, is that why you chose Cyclops for this book? Is that why?
No, he definitely chose Cyclops for this book because it follows the Odyssey.
No, it was because of this.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
I mean, he could have had a different big bad besides Polyphemus. Yeah,
but when I think of Greek mythology and I think of fancy boat trip, my brain immediately goes to Odysseus.
Yeah, but there's other things in the Odysseys. I'm like, it could have been Circe, could have been, like, the big bad at the end, or something. You know what I mean?
See, Circe isn't a big bad in the Odyssey.
Neither is Polyphemus. He's easily defeated.
I know, but he's still a bad. Circe really isn't a bad, because Odysseus doesn't get turned into a pig. Instead, he fucks her.
Ah, yes. This is how Percy and Annabeth would defeat her. This were an adult book.
I'm just telling you, that's how it goes. So
we'll get to it, but you know what I mean. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, that. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about pirates, specifically
pirates.
Blackbeard,
the pirates who do things.
So did you know that Queen Anne's Revenge, the name of his ship, is not what its original name was?
Oh.
It was actually originally a French slave ship known as La Concorde.
Ah, okay.
And he did free the slaves that were on the ship.
That's good.
Yeah. See, even pirates can do good things. But he's originally... he's a British pirate. He's from England, Bristol, assumedly. We don't obviously know for sure. We do know that he dies in North Carolina because he's captured as a pirate.
Well...
So, yeah. Well, unless you take this version. He's killed in action. From stab wounds and gunshot wounds.
Ah, okay.
Good for him.
I mean, not really.
It seems to have taken a lot to get him down. If it took both stab wounds and gunshot wounds.
Oh God, there's so many spellings of his last name.
Yeah. Basically, what he did is, like, he formed an alliance of pirates, and they would essentially fuck around with Charlestown, which would later become Charleston, South Carolina, and then he fucked around with North Carolina for a while. He did get captured once and received a royal pardon.
What?
Yeah, I don't know how that one worked. But then the governor of Virginia, like, makes it his life mission to capture this man.
Okay.
And then eventually, it's because of Spotswood, the governor of Virginia. He sends this lieutenant out and a small force of sailors that eventually bring him down.
I'm just imagining it's like a Jean Valjean, and what's his name? Situation
Javert.
there.
Javert.
Yes. Javert.
So one interesting thing about him is he wasn't much of a violence guy.
Okay.
He was mostly like, let me put stuff up that implies that we're violence guys. And sort of just elicited a fear response instead.
Yo, I'm just thinking about one of my favorite movies, where there's pirates, and it's basically seems just like the guys in Stardust, where he doesn't do any of the violent shit. He just has a violent reputation.
Well, that's essentially Blackbeard. Like, he goes around with this violent reputation because he developed this reputation on purpose, but without actually taking the actions.
Exactly.
So, yeah, there's
Love
like a fucking million different ways that you could spell his surname. We're not even... Edward Teach is normally what I see when people refer to him. But we don't really know.
But Taylor, what does Edward teach?
You can leave the podcast now. Goodbye. We definitely think he could read and write. He had interactions with, like, the Chief Justice and Secretary of the Carolinas. Like, it's speculated he was born into a wealthy family. There's definitely examples of his writing. So it's like, think Jack Sparrow. When I think pirate, that's immediately where my brain goes to. He probably wasn't like this dirty scallywag that we think of with Jack Sparrow. He was very calculating and would very rarely draw a sword or a gun on a person. Like, that just wasn't part of his... Yeah, he was, taking part in piracy, but he also took part in trade. Not everything they did was illegal, but, be how it be.
That be how it be.
See if there was anything else I wanted to mention.
I love it. I'm just gonna imagine him as the guy from Stardust now.
Okay, you do that. Oh yeah. So his flags were either just a black flag with a skull, not with the skull and crossbones, just a skull, or just a plain red flag.
I love it.
Yeah. So he would have been in the area that, he would have been a little higher up than where the Bermuda Triangle sits, and closer to the Carolinas, Virginia. But, I mean, that doesn't say he couldn't go down into it.
I have a question for you. Do you think he would have been a son of Ares? Because they make him a son of Ares.
I would have more put him as a son of Hermes or a son of Athena, to be honest. Yeah. Or a son of Poseidon.
Those are all my thoughts. I was just like, he seems more like a Hermes or Poseidon kind of guy.
Well, and the reason I put Athena in there, she's the war strategy. Strategy. He's very strategic about how he goes about his business. Yeah.
Like, I was thinking Hermes for, like, the trickery aspect of how...
The trickery, and you think about the Stoll brothers, they're very strategic with what they steal and how they do it. Yeah. But yeah, so that's Edward Teach. I would definitely not put him in Ares, especially considering how little he actually fought. Like, that just wasn't part of his personality.
Well, fiction usually has Blackbeard as being, like, some terrible, awful guy who actually fights and shit, so...
Exactly, and it's annoying.
Yeah, not great.
Yeah, so...
I think he's cool.
Yeah, no. And that's honestly how the fictional versions of most of the pirates we know. I mean, there were a couple pirates that, like, were friends with Queen Elizabeth eventually. Some of them fucked her.
What? Good Queen Bess?
Oh, Queen Elizabeth. Oh, I need to address Henry VIII on here quick, because I know. So, obviously, we're pretty ahead of our recording right now, because we had to take that 1 week off. I had a lot of health issues sort of crop up in the past month and a half. I'm feeling good now, though, everyone. We're good. So we took that week off, so now we're a little behind. But on the episode that came out of the restricted section on December 15th, Christina mentions her love of Henry VIII.
Oh, God.
And she is a big supporter of Henry VIII. And I am the opposite. I am the exact opposite of Christina when it comes to Henry VIII. So if this Henry VIII podcast is happening, Christina and I can just be locked in a closet for hours and fight about Henry VIII.
Oh my God, no!
She is a Henry VIII apologist, and I am a full Henry VIII is one of the worst human beings ever.
I'm scared about this. I don't recall my opinions on it at this moment, and I don't want to say.
Dude, he literally started a church because he couldn't get divorced.
Yeah.
And it was literally Catholicism with, 2 changes. And then they went and killed all the Catholics. Y'all were doing the same exact religion, it just decided which person was the head of it.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty. It's not great.
Okay. I'm gonna end my Henry VIII. I'm just saying, Christina, if you want to start this podcast, you and I can sit around and fight about it all day.
Oh God. That'll be so terrible. Moving swiftly on.
Yeah, let's talk about these myths, because I have lots of feelings about Circe and her depiction in this book.
Okay, well, I think first we'll go with the shorter one, but...
Yeah.
So on this week's In Case You Missed It, but, gotta do that every time.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. We're gonna talk about Moly, the herb, from the Odyssey. It's fine.
Do you say Molly or Moly?
Moly, how does one pronounce... I don't understand the pronunciation guides here.
How to pronounce...
Is it holy moly?
Moly. not Molly. Molybdenum.
I have no idea.
It is Moly.
Moly? Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
It's holy moly.
I also just wanted to make the joke because...
No, yeah. That was a good... I appreciated it.
But, it's holy moly instead. Yeah, it's from the Odyssey. Every freaking thing in this book, basically.
Except for the fleece.
Yeah, except for the fucking fleece. The fleece has nothing to do with the Odyssey. We'll get there, guys. So this is what is the vitamins. Basically, it's the myth equivalent to the vitamins because it's the herb that it's the herb that Hermes gives to Odysseus to protect him from Circe's witchcraft. It does the same exact thing. And it's the fact that it's specifically from mythology, and they try to connect it to actual species on here.
I think snowdrop is the common one now that they think it is. It's the one that there's actually a picture of on the page.
Oh, yeah. I was looking at the other part. Yeah. So okay. So they think that it's snowdrop. That looks so cute. I like it. It's just a little petals. I don't know. I can't describe things.
Well, I'm wondering if it would be the root of the moly rather than if it is the snowdrop picture. So the snowdrop picture sort of looks like a turnip, a white turnip with nice leaves coming out of it and then white flowers at the end. So my guess is it would be the actual root.
Unless
that would
it's the
be
petals.
Yeah, either that. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, Homer describes it. The root was black. The flower was white as milk. Dangerous for mortal man to pluck from the soil, but not for the deathless gods. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Cool.
The fact that I love it when people try to be oh, we're gonna figure out what this thing was in mythology. What was he actually talking about?
And then really they're just I don't know, we just made up some shit.
Exactly. That's so cool. Yeah. I just like that, Rick was we're gonna make it into multivitamins instead of just...
Oh, it does come up in Harry Potter, too. is a plant that can be eaten to counteract enchantments.
Where are you seeing that?
In other works. It's down below. It's like the last.
I totally missed that. I thought that was citation.
No, the citations are below it.
Listen, my brain is not working.
Is your brain ever working?
Shut up.
Oh, no. I say that about myself, too, man.
I know.
It's fine. We both are aware that we're both dead on the inside.
And the outside. I'm also dead on the outside.
That's fair.
I'm just dead. Yeah, I don't remember that coming up in, well, you know, it probably came up in some potions class that nobody cared about, actually.
That's fair. I mean, we just sort of ignore any time
Snape exists.
Snape talks. So.
It's not like Harry listened to it. It wasn't important to his journey, so he just didn't listen.
That's fair. Yep.
Alright, let's move on to Circe. Our girl, our bad bitch. We gotta talk about her and Taylor's disdain for her depiction. Okay,
I'm just gonna say here. Circe by Madeline Miller is one of my favorite books. And we've been having this conversation over in the book club Discord. So if you join Patreon, you can join a book club with a bunch of us that I run. About how people didn't like Circe as much the second time they read it or like the first time they read it, whatever. I love that book. Even I read it again and I loved it just the same. So I have a love of Circe. So that is just going to be my stipulation here, that just know that I love Circe.
She's a girl boss.
She is. So.
But.
Yeah.
But, you know, she's also kind of a little bit villainous, you know? She turned men into pigs.
Okay, because she thought they were gonna attack her.
Which is valid.
Yeah, I mean, they would show up to her island. She's gonna assume they're gonna, like, rape. Well, in a couple cases, they do try and, like, rape her and stuff, so.
Yeah. Alright, so, parentage. We have options here. Either it's Helios and Perse, which, well, Helios we know is, like, the god of the sun before Apollo and all that.
Perse is one of the Oceanids. Perse is one... Perse, whatever. She's one of the Oceanids.
Yes.
Because Helios and Perse are the ones that they choose in the book.
Yeah.
Circe.
And there's also... her parents could also be Aeetes and Hecate, which is...
Which I prefer, to be honest. Which would make more sense.
Yeah.
That she would be... Her and Pasiphae being the daughter of Hecate makes more sense of why they are.
This whole family tree is, like, so weird to me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Pasiphae wouldn't be her sister in that respect. Because Pasiphae isn't... Sorry, I looked her up for a second. She's not really the child of Hecate.
But if in the case, she would... In every case, Pasiphae is her sister.
Yeah.
And it actually even says here, other accounts make her and her niece Medea the daughters of Hecate, the goddess of Whiptrap. So, in this, it's saying that Medea would actually be her sister instead of Pasiphae, and yeah.
Yeah, I remember that version where Circe and Medea are children of Hecate. I know that is a thing. And Hecate being the goddess of magic and witchcraft and all that cool shit. But also sometimes...
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. But also, I like the idea that they're children of Helios. Mostly for, like, the whole Medea thing. I like the Medea being related to Helios for, what happens later with her, where she gets, like, a fucking sun chariot pulled by dragons. Badass. I love her.
Love
Medea!
All of our female sorceresses in mythology are always shat on.
Yeah, but they're, like, fucking amazing. I mean,
they're all badass.
Except when Pasiphae fucked up. Oh. I mean, that wasn't her fault, but, like...
Yeah, that wasn't her fault.
I do not blame her, but I'm also like, ugh, not great.
Well, and then Pasiphae's kids both end up... yeah. Well, yeah, let's just move on.
We're moving swiftly on. Well, it also says that Aeetes is sometimes her brother. I think that's when it's Helios and Perse who are her parents.
That would make sense. Yeah.
It's a complicated family tree. It depends on...
Just like every other fucking family tree in this goddamn...
Exactly. It just confuses me because, like, they're all related, but it depends who you ask in what way they are related.
Mm-hmm.
Basically. So yeah, she's a sorceress. She's just fucking cool. She does potions. She has a wand. I love her. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there's stuff about her before the Odyssey? Kind of? I don't know if it was written before the Odyssey, but, like, there's stories about her before Odyssey. Right. I talked about this last week with Adele about the Scylla thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where she turned Scylla. Yeah. I
Scylla.
don't like that version.
That is also what they use in Madeline Miller's version. That's one
Not
of
my favorite.
I mean, I think it's interesting. And how, I mean, it's all about a man, and then the man sort of spurns Circe even, and, you know.
The fact that she did that to another lady because of a guy.
Well, see, that's where she gets, like, a bad rep.
Yeah. That's the things that I don't like in mythology. It makes her kind of a hero in that respect. You know? Oh, she was involved in the Gigantomachy? What the fuck? Okay, sure. It's the war between the gods and the giants. I love that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Interesting. Oh.
So also sometimes she's kind of, like, considered to be a goddess. And that's pretty badass. Is that why she's just immortal?
Well, I think she'd be immortal either way, because she was born to an ocean and a god, like, in Helios, like, she doesn't have any mortal blood in her.
Yeah. Sometimes, I don't know, it all depends on mythology. I've definitely been doing some deep dives recently, where sometimes that can just make you, mortal, or it can make you magical, or what have you. It all depends. Like, Dionysus had one godly parent, and he's a fucking god, somehow.
Well, no, in some versions of Dionysus' myth, Zeus makes him a god.
Yeah, sometimes.
Others, it's because he was, like, pretty much he was born twice, you know.
Everything is so confusing. It's great.
Yes.
There is no canon to mythology, but, like, there's just so much. There's so much going on. Everything is canon at the same time, you know? So, yeah, so she's in the Odyssey. Odysseus comes to her island. She lures men in with her singing, so she's basically like a siren, but she's not. And
people tried to attack her on the island before Odysseus, and that's why she was turning them into pigs.
Did it say stuff about that? I'm looking. Oh, right, I also forgot that there was,
Jason and Medea.
Yeah, Jason and Medea came to her island, because there's, like, there's a thing in mythology where you can commit a murder, and then you can go to somebody to be purified, and so they went to her to be purified of this murder that they committed. It's fine. It's all fine.
Yeah,
and
so
basically, like, nah.
Basically, they all come and feast with her, and only one guy doesn't go in with them, because he suspects something. And he warns Odysseus. Yeah.
He's his second in command.
Then Hermes shows up and is like, hey, you want this moly? Yeah.
Want this holy moly?
And then they go to the underworld, because, yeah, Circe tells them to.
Circe's like, you must visit the underworld.
He's the first mortal to go there and back again.
He's a hobbit?
Yep.
I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Odysseus was a hobbit all along.
Yeah, you know, that, didn't you know that Bilbo went to the underworld and back again?
Yeah. I mean, Mordor, Frodo basically did.
Exactly. It's so weird why they go to the underworld. So, of course, Odysseus and Circe fucked, because of course. He's this whole time, he's like, oh my god, I want to go back to my wife, I'm away from her, and then he fucks, like, every woman he comes across.
Yeah. Don't worry,
except,
we'll
like, that
more
one,
about more.
I think there was, like, one person he didn't. Nausicaa.
The princess at the beginning/end.
The beginning.
It's the beginning of the book, But it's the end of his journey, because he's like, yeah.
My god.
Okay.
You know what how the telling of the Odyssey, what it reminds me of? It reminds me of fucking Frankenstein.
I hate that book so much.
Where it's like, I'm gonna tell you a story, and then I'm gonna tell you a story about a story, and then I'm gonna tell you a story about a story about a... Just, like, keeps going on like that. My god. Mary Shelley, did you read Homer? Is that the plot twist?
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
We gotta talk about the theogony. Or the theogony.
Yeah.
Because I love how Telemachus comes into this. Or you might say Telemachus.
Yeah. I've heard Telemachus.
I've heard both. Like, when we were in 10th grade reading the Odyssey, some things we watched about it said Telemachus, some said Telemachus. I don't care.
I think my teacher who spoke Greek said it was Telemachus, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. I'm just saying I've heard it both ways when we, like, learned about it. But anyhow, this is my favorite thing.
Why is this your favorite?
Well, I don't like what happens
weird.
to Odysseus, but...
Yeah, it's so weird. So, Circe had, a couple sons by Odysseus. Agrius, who, I love it, it's just basically not known. No one knows who the fuck that is. Latinus, and Telegonus.
Yeah, and Latinus isn't always considered a son of Odysseus.
Yeah, this is just what I'm seeing on this page.
Telegonus is definitely...
Yeah, Telegonus, is the one who has the problem, and he goes to find Odysseus and kills him.
Yeah. He does it by accident. He doesn't purposely.
He still does the thing. It's...
Yeah.
He got a poisoned spear, and then he killed a man, and plot twist, it was Odysseus. He killed his dad.
So Penelope and Telemachus go to Circe.
Yep.
Okay, in this version, Circe makes them immortal. Like the Telemachus, Telegonus,
sure.
and...
Why not? That's fine.
Some versions have Circe bringing Odysseus back to life. I don't like that.
Wait, what?
Some Telemachus marries a daughter of Circe. I don't know how she got this daughter. And, yeah.
I mean, she's probably fucked other people who've been in the island, so...
Yeah. Well, anyhow, the version I like...
Why do you like this version?
Because it's adorable. It's because of Madeline Miller that this is normally the one agreed upon. The other one is just weird. Is like extra weird. Where Telemachus marries Circe and Telegonus marries Penelope.
I think it's so weird because they're half-brothers and they married each other's moms.
Because of Athena.
Why?
Because Athena can't keep her dick out of Odysseus' business.
Athena, stop it!
Okay,
Athena has like a brain boner for Odysseus. She's like, wow, he tricky. I like him.
Okay, I'm gonna put in spoiler alert for Circe. Something that isn't actually part of the myth. So if you plan on reading Circe, skip ahead 20 seconds. So in the book, Circe and Telemachus leave the island. And she becomes mortal, so she'll die with him.
Aww.
Yeah, that's why I love it.
Yeah, otherwise I don't like it. I'm sorry. I can't support this because it's so weird.
Well, the book... Well, and also, their personalities are very compatible in Circe. So that's why I like it. It's purely because of that book rather than the actual myth.
I can understand it, but also I'm just like, that's so weird when not knowing anything about these people other than their familial connection. I'm like, ah!
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
Any other fun things?
Anything? There's just, a whole section about, sexual politics.
Yeah. There's an opera, there's ballet, there's cantatas.
People love this woman. Was she, one of the first witches in mythology? First, witches, sorceresses, in stories?
I mean, probably. I mean...
Her and Medea.
Medea, Calypso, Pasiphae to an extent. Pasiphae's more with, like, the herbs and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah. Well, she's cool, and I don't know. I just like witches.
There's a whole page that's just Circe in pop culture.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's so much of it.
That happens, man. That happens. It's because people love her.
Oh, there's Sea of Monsters.
Yep, there's Madeline Miller.
Yep. She's a foe of Wonder Woman? Oh, because Hecate is off. That makes sense, because she fights Ares.
Yeah. Right, I forgot.
Circe in Eternal is actually... Okay. See, when I saw Eternals... Well, so there's the superhero Circe in Marvel, right?
Yes.
Apparently that is based on Circe.
That makes sense.
But my brain, when I saw the movie, was Circe from Game of Thrones.
Well, that's because What's-His-Face was in the movie.
No, well, two of them were in the movie. Both Richard Madden and Kit Harington were both in Game of Thrones.
Right. I forget that...
Oh,
yeah,
there's Game
I forgot that one of them was in there. I just remembered Jon Snow, honestly.
That's Kit Harington.
Yep.
Richard Madden, who plays Icarus.
I've never seen Game of Thrones. I've just seen pictures of Jon Snow.
Yeah.
And Daenerys.
Richard Madden is one of the Stark kids.
I forgot that eldest. Circe was in Chilling Adventures of...
yeah.
God, that show was a thing.
Never seen it, and that was not a good review for it.
I don't have a good review. Listen, it's in the Riverdale verse. So
is it?
Yeah.
I've never watched Riverdale, but I've read some synopses from some arcs in Riverdale, and I want to know how that show keeps getting made.
I'm not watching it for enjoyment at this point. I'm watching it for what the hell can they do next to confuse me.
I think this was based off of a comic.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna move on to the chapter now. This conversation has devolved. This is a long chapter.
This is a fucking long chapter, and it's very... Okay, I was literally falling asleep while reading this chapter.
Well, that's a glowing, review of this chapter.
Well, we're also talking about the same day when I was, like, falling asleep standing up, so...
Yeah.
But, granted, I also almost fell asleep at a Penn State football game while standing. So...
Taylor,
my ability to... As well as student teaching, I don't know why I thought I'd be able to make it through a football game.
Taylor, are you, like, a child of Athena and Hypnos?
I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure I'm more of a child of Hypnos than Athena anymore.
Well...
It's fine, we're fine.
Changes cabins. It's fine.
I feel like Apollo is probably more accurate, but...
Okay. Because teaching? Education?
Yeah. And that's literally just my entire life. But I digress. So let's go to the chapter.
Okay. Well, they're in a rowboat. And Percy's alive. Somehow. It's fine.
And he's just so sad, and I'm so sad, and Tyson.
We don't want to talk about how sad we are about Tyson. I want to talk about the fact that Annabeth got some sailor shirts for them, and that's what they're wearing in this chapter. I just want to think about that.
The fact that she had to dress him.
It's fine. Hey, it's just a shirt. They did not mention pants. It's just a shirt.
Fair. I mean, they also used the uniforms to make their sail, so...
That's true.
Uniforms all around. I have to say, at least Annabeth realizes she was wrong for being a racist bitch this whole time.
Thank you, Annabeth. Finally!
She makes the point, fire can't kill him, but, you know, a forceful explosion with metal shards might.
I don't know. Who's to say? He's a Cyclops. They're pretty durable.
Yeah, but I mean, if you get a metal shard to the heart, at least if he made it to the water, he might be okay, because...
Poseidon.
Son of Poseidon, but, you know, if he was dead before he got to the water, then...
God, that just made me think of the Sea of Monsters movie. Anyway.
That's what Joe and I are going to be doing for my birthday, because that's about when we're going to be recording.
I'm sorry, Taylor.
Oh, dear. So she was able to get a few things from the explosion.
But the bag of the thermos of wind, is just empty. There's nothing.
Yeah, but they would have been dead without it, so... The ambrosia's still around, sailor shirts, and a bottle of Dr. Pepper, as well as the vitamins and Riptide. Yes, Dr. Pepper, the drink of the gods. Fuck nectar, Dr. Pepper only.
As you drink Coke.
Yeah, normally I drink Dr. Pepper, but that's what we have. Poor Percy, like, all I can think about is the fact that, like, he was so embarrassed by him and kept denying that they were siblings, and then Tyson literally gave his life.
Tyson! My boy!
And now they're just, like, floating in the ocean.
Yeah. And they're talking about the prophecy.
Well, they've got Dr. Pepper and trying to use the sail to shade themselves.
Yeah.
Reminder again, these kids are, 13 now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sad.
So they talk about the prophecy, and, it has to be a child of the big three. That's all we got. They're gonna reach 16, and they will decide the fate of Olympus.
And that's
and it
really
has to be a half-blood. Has to be a demigod.
That's all she knows. She doesn't have the whole prophecy. She just knows the gist of the prophecy. But Percy realizes that Kronos isn't trying to kill him yet because he's hoping that Percy will reach 16 and bring down the gods.
Yep. It's not great. It's bad. It's kind of bad.
Yeah, it's just a little bad.
Everyone wants to use this poor boy. And then they find land.
What? They say at first, oh man, maybe we shouldn't trust this. But then it's like 5 seconds in and they just completely trust it.
Listen.
Like, why didn't... When they see a masted sailing ship, that should have been your point of, like, who uses that anymore?
God, it's just like... Listen... They went into, like, the Lotus Hotel, and they recuperated for a bit, and they're like, you know what, maybe this is gonna be like that, where we can recuperate for, like, 5 seconds, and hopefully not be there for 10 days.
My thinking is it isn't Scylla and Charybdis that take all the ships down, it's just Circe. Circe takes all the ships down.
Yo, that means Blackbeard got through Scylla and Charybdis.
Oh, if anybody was going to get through Scylla and Charybdis, it was going to be Blackbeard.
Again, point for him being a child of Poseidon.
Yeah.
Or Hermes.
I'm thinking overall. Yeah. Anyhow. Well, you think, like, these ships and stuff, like, these planes and everything, they're not going to get taken down by Scylla and Charybdis.
Yeah.
So they're all getting taken down by Circe. And they're not close enough to other things that
there's a submarine, though.
Yeah. There's a fucking helicopter from Fort Lauderdale.
I want to know how the submarine, like, gets past, the whirlpool of teeth. Like, do you just...
Well, see, they can get closer to Scylla, because they're underwater. So they can go along her cliffside and not get snatched up.
That's fair. There's just some canoes?
Yeah, don't you just canoe into the middle of the ocean?
The fuck? I mean, maybe those have been there even longer. Who knows?
Yeah.
So, they go to the spot.
Because, like, they could be from where Circe's island was previously. We don't know.
Yeah, it could be. So they're gonna have a spa day. It's a spa day.
We need a complete makeover for the young gentleman.
Oh, God.
And the only reason he decides it's okay is because they mention a luau. And he's hungry. So, like, he's on edge and everything until luau.
Listen, Percy was like, ooh, food? I want food. I'm gonna do this for food. Did they actually eat any food while they're there?
No.
God damn it!
And there's probably not food on Blackbeard's ship, considering how long they've been there.
Yeah, it's fine.
You eat hardtack that's like 100
Maybe Okay. Well, thinking about the fact that, like, they've survived as guinea pigs for 300 years, maybe it's just, like, everything that's in Circe's, like, plane.
Doesn't
like,
age.
Yeah. Ugh. Gotta plug in my iPad.
I was like, iPad's dying.
It's fine.
I like how he keeps his hands in his pockets. Like, he's like, okay, I'm not gonna lose the vitamins, and I'm not gonna lose Riptide, even though it's impossible for him to lose Riptide. But, you know.
Yeah. You know? It's like,
it's his comfort item.
Exactly.
Comfort item.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, you know, did you ever just, like, hold on to whatever in your pocket? Just, like...
It's an emotional support pen.
That's... Okay, I love that. I want that on merch. My emotional support pen.
Yes. I don't know. Some people really abuse this emotional support shit. And, like, they pick some weird stuff. I've seen, like, emotional support peacocks. Peacocks are not very supportive.
I used to have, like a coin or something that I would put in my pocket. And that's what I would use.
Yeah. I'll get, like, a cheap ring and use to, like... Mm-hmm. But now I wear this necklace, so that's sort of my thing now.
My skull. Yeah. My little skull ring.
Yeah. I use my necklace here, so... Yeah. But... they're walking up. This place is beautiful.
They see horses!
And it's so sad, because Tyson would have been so happy.
Tyson, the horse girl!
What I want is a picture of Tyson with just, like, rainbows behind him. You know Lisa Frank? The Lisa Frank stuff?
Oh, God.
From when we were younger?
Oh, my God.
With, like, the horses and the rainbows and everything. I want Lisa Frank, but it's Tyson.
That is so accurate to Tyson's aesthetic.
I know, right?
I love him. My good boy.
He's so good.
So, there's a lot of tame animals here. Like a sea turtle and a leopard. You know.
Don't you just chill with leopards on a daily basis?
At your spa?
Yeah.
That's very normal, don't you know? There's someone singing. They're singing a lullaby in Minoan or something.
Yeah. Oh, remember to note, it's only women. We only see women and wild animals.
Yeah. Young
women.
You know what? We could have had a different plot twist on this island. Percy's complete makeover could have just made him into a girl. We could have had that.
I'm on board.
Circe, why don't you just do that?
We would have had a trans character in the second book.
Trans!
She was bringing out his true woman that was in him all along. What if that's how that worked? If you, like, when you're trans, like, all you have to do is go visit Circe and she helps you transition.
God, Circe, why can't you do, like, this good shit for people instead? Like...
You know, like, it would save on, like, the emotional and physical trauma of, like, the actual transition process, and she could just, like...
And monetary trauma?
Yeah. Yeah. She just gives you a drink, and it's all you had to do was pay to fly to Circe's island, and that's it.
Have Circe's strawberry milkshake, and you're all set.
I'm just saying, Circe, you could be doing this world a real service and help many people if you open this up. I'm just saying.
No more guinea pigs.
Except I feel like she would only want to help trans women.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
We'll find something else. We'll figure out another sorceress to help out too.
We'll find somebody who can help the trans men, and she'll help the trans women. And
I feel like and then we'll have to find somebody else who's willing to help non-binary people make decisions they want to make.
You know, okay. Have I told you, like, my personal theory that Janus is the god, is like the patron god of trans people?
That
literally a god of, like, transition, usually duality, but, like, you know, like, doorways and just...
Yeah. So he can sort of run everything.
Yeah.
And he can make sure everybody's getting to where they need to be. I'm just saying, guys, you could be helping a lot of people out with this plan.
I just like thinking about gods in, like, a modern context. Like, how would their powers work? You know?
Yeah. Okay. Now that We've told the gods how to help people. We'll see if it works.
Yep.
I'm just trying.
So,
Okay.
there's a beautiful
we go
lady and a loom.
Yeah. The loom.
Love that. And God, the fact that Annabeth's like, oh yeah, I like weaving because my mom is Athena.
Yeah. I guess. Okay. I think you can just announce your mom is Athena in here. Obviously, you saw fucking flying animals.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is something related to the gods, child.
Mm-hmm. Guys, think about where the fuck you are. What's going on?
Think about the fact that a leopard was just, chilling.
At a spa!
So, I think you're fine.
God. Also, does Annabeth, knit her own sweaters?
I like to think that the Athena cabin has, their own textile mill sort of running out of it.
Ooh.
You know how, Hephaestus, they have their shop?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Hephaestus cabin hooked them up with, technology in the Athena cabin to, run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what
I
I'm
like
going
this. I like all the side hustles that these kids have.
Well, yeah, and then you have Beckendorf, who have decided is a drag queen on the side, so I don't know.
Yeah. The Athena kids actually make the Camp Applet shirts.
It would make sense. Well, they make the shirts, and then the Apollo kids designed it.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Okay. Circe's just Cece is just y'all need some help. And this is where we see Hilla. She's not, I don't think she is
Hyla.
the one. Why is that? It looks like Hilla.
It has a Y. It's Hyla.
Yeah, but Y's can make an E or an I sound too.
Okay. Do we have to look this up now?
I don't care. We'll call her Hyla.
Okay.
Hold on.
So
I'm trying to see if she is the one.
Yeah, maybe she was the one that they met at the beginning.
Welcome. She looked like a... Yeah, it is her.
Yep. Okay,
Yeah.
Flight attendant lady is Hyla. Good to know.
Yeah. So, Cece decides that Annabeth needs attention to her clothing and the hair.
Oh my god. Well, yeah,
And-
if she's wearing a sailor shirt, I picture her to be wearing.
Yeah, I mean, I agree about the clothing, but she does have pretty princess hair, so...
Well, it's pretty princess hair that just went through an explosion, so...
That's fair. That's fair.
It's not great. They both kind of look like crap, probably, right now, so...
Yeah. Percy requires her personal attention. He needs much more work.
God.
Do you think if Circe was older, she'd be having sexy thoughts about him?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, as we were talking about this, my brain was like, if this was an adult book, she would probably try to fuck him. And that's how that would go.
And have his babies. It's fine. Everything's fine. Would they be demigods then? I don't know. Is she really a god in this? I don't know.
Where is her husband? Where is Telemachus?
Yeah, where's Telemachus? Did we just say fuck Telemachus here?
Did she turn him into a guinea pig because he did something wrong?
He's in timeout right now. So she's tricking him to think about all the bad things about himself.
He's thinking about his first
zit.
How his hair never stayed down straight. Again, messy hair Percy. He's hairy.
Your clothes are not cool, Percy. That's correct. You're wearing a sailor shirt that was rescued from a burning ship.
It's fine.
So she snaps her fingers and he looks perfect.
Yeah. Oh god. Okay, this is what adult or older Percy looks like. Am I wrong? That's just how I picture older Percy later on.
Yeah. Especially the tan
taller,
part, especially
athletic, tan.
Especially if he could go to camp for longer than a week. He might be able to get a nice tan.
I mean, he's in the Bermuda Triangle right now.
Well, now he's just gonna get burnt because he's
They need some of Medea's sunscreen.
Yeah. So how can he get that full makeover? Well, fresh fruit, mild exercise program, and a strawberry milkshake.
Yay!
And you'll see results immediately.
Do you like strawberry milkshakes?
I'm allergic to strawberries.
Yes, it was strawberries you're allergic to. I forgot this.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be able to... Yeah, I'm allergic to strawberries.
And bees.
Well, the skin of strawberries. Yes, and bees. Yeah.
I will remember the bee one easier than I will remember the strawberries.
I mean, I'm very cognizant of it asked if there's strawberries and things that look berry-like. The bee one is more important because with strawberries, I'll just start vomiting uncontrollably.
Ugh.
But the bee one could kill me. So, that one's the good one to remember.
There we go.
So that if you're around me, you can go grab my EpiPen.
So, feed Taylor strawberries, not bees.
Yeah, please don't feed me bees.
Circe,
don't feed anybody bees. Don't feed anybody bees.
Yeah, they're going extinct, aren't they? They're endangered. The bees are disappearing.
Some species. They have the fucking murder hornets.
Get rid of those.
Yeah,
Circe can make those into milkshakes.
Yes.
We're having fun with the tangents this week.
Yeah. So Percy drinks it, and he's in immense pain as he grows fucking claws and fur and hair. And his teeth are like, ugh. Well, yeah. He did want to say he wanted his teeth to be fixed, so
he wanted his hair to be fixed.
Now. Yeah, he's yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. I bet he doesn't have acne now.
Yeah. Sure, she did fix all of his issues.
Yeah, just in a way that he didn't expect. She's a genie, actually.
Mm. He's unlocked his true self.
Your true self is a guinea pig.
I like that he's white and orange. He's a tabby guinea pig.
It's 'cause of the Camp Half-Blood, so he's orange.
Oh. I like it.
I was like, why isn't he I don't know, dark? 'Cause his hair is black. I'm like, wait, orange, Camp Half-Blood. There we go.
Guinea pigs are much more convenient than regular pigs. And so now it's time for Percy to meet the other men.
I love that she just gives them to classrooms.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty kind of her. I mean, at least they get to be loved and appreciated.
This is why I have the theory that, everything in her, territory is, immortal. Because, if she just gives an immortal guinea pig to a classroom,
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That'd be, worrisome.
Because they've been around for 300 years? That's a long time.
And he tries to scratch her, and she tells them that if he scratches her, she'll feed him to the owl.
Oh, God.
That. But what about the disciplinary problems? Why haven't they been fed to an owl? Why are they still there?
I don't know. Okay, I just want to know. I had this thought. What if not Percy? Circe, haha. What if Circe just, transforms these guys, back into human every so often so she can get some, and then she turns them back into guinea pigs?
No, I don't like that.
Well, that she did this to Telemachus in our theory.
Yeah. I like to think Telemachus is in his own little cage by himself.
Yeah, he's got the special cage in her room where sometimes she turns him back into a human and is like, are you gonna be good now?
I feel like he's human most of the time, but she's mad at him right now, so he's in guinea pig. But Annabeth looks hot.
Yeah.
And Percy can't handle it, except all he can say is
she's too hot to handle.
Read. All he can say. Read. God bless fucking Annabeth. She's still sort of under the spell, but, one of her first things is, where's Percy?
Yeah. Also, the fact that Annabeth would not be caught dead in makeup,
Same.
Yeah.
I don't wear makeup. I feel like if I wore makeup to, work one day and I was talking to my kids, somebody would ask me what's wrong.
Yeah, that's something I don't really like, is that sometimes I do like to wear, eyeliner, and I went to work one day with it, and people were like, Charlie, what are you doing? And I'm just like, can I just, please not exist now?
Yeah. No, that's sad when your adult coworkers act like my 14-year-old students.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
But she doesn't look like Annabeth. And that's the important thing there. She didn't bring out her
finally
true self.
admits... Yeah.
Sorry.
Circe finally decides to reveal that she's a sorceress. And that she's...
sorceress?
Aren't you so fucking funny?
I'm sorry.
No, I if I could shake your hand right now, I would. That was good. She reveals that her mother is Hecate and that she knew she was a daughter of Athena right away.
They seek knowledge, so they understand each other. Obviously.
Yeah, and all this while, Percy's fucking terrified by the other guinea pigs, because apparently they look mean.
Percy's like, they're gonna eat me. Cannibalism.
Yeah. And it wouldn't be vegan cannibalism, because Percy's not giving them permission.
No consent given here.
No. I like how Circe is like, how many great female half-blood heroes can you name? And Annabeth immediately starts naming some. And
exactly.
She's like, ah!
Circe's like, no, there are none. Atalanta, Amelia Earhart.
It was almost like she was like, let me start with the A's and move on.
Oh my god!
She was, I mean, Amelia should come before Atalanta, but it's like she was like, let me start with A and we'll keep going.
Yeah, so what is Amelia Earhart the child? Who is she the child of?
She could be a daughter of Zeus.
Well,
that was prior to World War II.
Okay, I was like, I don't remember when is she from, so... Yeah, if it's prior to World War II...
Yeah, she's prior to World War II, so... That would be my guess.
Yeah. That or Zeus.
I'd say either that or Apollo. So are the two I most associate with the sky.
Yeah.
Because with Apollo being the sun god.
Yeah.
So.
I get it.
Honestly, I could see Amelia Earhart being a huntress, but that's a separate... Okay.
So there are no amazing women. Circe is like, no, what are you talking about? There are no half-blood heroes. The only way to power is sorcery.
Yeah. And Circe says, forget about Percy. He's gonna go be shipped to kindergartners, and they'll be happy. And Percy will be happy. It'll be fine, and you'll be powerful.
Yeah.
And Annabeth's like, please let me say goodbye.
Just give me a minute to say goodbye to my guinea pig friend. And Annabeth, we love her brain in this moment. Because Circe is, like, locked her in the room. Is like, well, I can't just, like, run and escape. So, I'm gonna not get Riptide. I'm gonna get a multivitamin. Because I read the Odyssey. And I know this is gonna protect me from magic. So.
Yeah.
I don't know why she didn't also just, like, throw them to the guinea pigs.
Yeah, why didn't she do that first?
Like, I would have taken one, but I also would have thrown them to the guinea pigs.
Yeah. I don't know. More dramatic this way.
Yeah.
Because then Circe has to find out that Annabeth is immune.
Yeah. But the fact that Percy's like, no, just grab my sword. Just grab my sword and slash things. Annabeth's like, no, I read books. I know how to do this.
Curse Hermes and his multivitamins. They are such a fad. They do nothing for you. Well, obviously they do something.
Well, they're anti-magic, so she doesn't like that. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, how long do you think they last? Because we don't know how long that lasts.
Yeah, I guess as long as it would take for it to dissolve. Because she, like, holds it in her mouth.
Maybe? I don't know. Or maybe how long it takes to digest food.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, even in your mouth, like, how long she holds it in her mouth, I think, would be. I don't know. But Percy gets it. He bangs out of the cage. That had to have been fucking it, like, painful.
Okay. Can we talk about the fact that, like, they don't all end up being naked?
Yeah, thank the gods.
Rick, I get that you wanted to do that, but you also literally mentioned that Percy's clothes were across the room. If you hadn't done that, I wouldn't be upset.
But he can't have them all naked because it's a middle schooler book.
I know, but he shouldn't have said that Percy, like, ended up inside of his clothes that became super big. He should have been like, and then my clothes suddenly became my fur or something.
Oh, that would have been smart. Yeah. But then Riptide and the multivitamins wouldn't have been hidden. And
yeah.
There was no good way.
He could have said that, like, the pen fell on the ground along with the bag of multivitamins.
Yeah, but then Circe would have seen the multivitamins.
Maybe.
Anyhow. Edward Teach, son of Ares.
No. But it's Blackbeard. We have pirates, and...
Run her through and then I mean to find me a big bowl of celery. Arg.
Oh my god. Arg!
Annabeth says she's happy that he's not a guinea pig.
Yeah, they have a cute little moment. I love their blushing. They're so cute.
It's so cute. Huh. So they run. They just fucking run.
They run for it, and they somehow get to the pirate ship before the pirates do. Yeah. I love Percy's powers.
Well, Percy was like or the pirates are like, oh, let's fuck some shit up.
Yeah. Those scallywags are aboard in me vessel. I can't.
But what mizzenmast? What is this word?
Okay, look it up, Taylor. Taylor, look this up.
Yeah, like mizzenmast.
I know that is a pirate ship word. That is a ship word.
The mast aft of a ship's main mast. The lowest sail. But why does that make it go?
I don't know. I'm telling you, I love Percy's new power that he can literally just control a ship. Okay,
it comes from the Arabic word mizzen. Or, I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but... Which means mast. So it is...
Mast. It's the mast.
Okay. Yeah, there's no good answer to this. Basically, it's just the name of a mast. But, like, why does that yell, that specific word, make things happen?
I don't know. I think he should have just closed his eyes and, like, moved his hands, and then things should have gone.
Or said, go, boat, go. Fly. Up, and away.
Yip.
Oh. Dear God. So we ran away with the boat, and we're out into the sea of monsters.
Yay! Sorry, that would be the only reason why I would want to be a child of Poseidon, is for just the power to control a pirate ship with my mind.
Yeah.
That's it.
You'd be a good pirate.
Yeah, that was a freaking chapter.
It was. I'm actually impressed by how short this episode is. I definitely expected it to be longer. Because it's such a long-ass chapter. Yeah. So, general plug, remember to, check out our fucking Patreon and merch store. Those are always linked in the bio. Or description, that's the word I wanted.
Yes.
I tweeted for the first time in a while, so you can go check out our Twitters.
Yes, Twitter is the thing Taylor uses once in a blue moon.
And it's about the same two things. Remembering that I have a Twitter, and Bo Burnham's inside. Nothing else. Just those two things. It's fine. I'm aware. Okay, we have a joint... This week's plug is a joint plug.
Yes. We love Hawkeye. We love
great.
Hawkeye.
As many of you know, I have a hearing disability. And not to give too much away, but they are leaning into, or they are having Hawkeye lose his hearing, because of all of the explosions. In the comics, Hawkeye is deaf. So it's been something I've been wanting to see for a really long time, so I'm super happy about it. Obviously we got our first deaf superhero in Eternals, which was also great.
Yeah! Love it.
So, that's one of the big reasons for me why it's so special. I've always had a soft spot for Hawkeye anyhow.
I love Haley Steinfeld.
That's true. I always forget. She doesn't annoy me as much in this, which is saying something, because I'm not a big Haley Steinfeld fan.
I'm glad. I love her a lot.
Mm-hmm. She's good in this role.
She always is really good at playing very awkward people. And I love it.
Yeah. But the story is captivating. There's some really good characters that get introduced.
And as of this moment, it's not fully out, but...
It will be, yeah, we have one more episode, so it will be by the time y'all hear this. Grills is the best character to ever be introduced ever, and I'm just gonna stick with that.
I'm sorry, dog. Pizza dog.
Oh, true.
Pizza dog is the best.
Pizza dog is great. But yeah, so, I don't know, I personally have been enjoying all of the Marvel shows as they've come out.
They're great.
Like, I was listing them the other day, and I wouldn't say any of them are bad.
Yeah.
WandaVision's my favorite, just because Wanda is my favorite superhero.
I think it's got, like, the best, I don't know, layout and how it's just, like, so different.
Yeah, it's much more different than the other ones. And just style and everything. But, I mean, you got Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which really digs into trauma and PTSD and this life after the blip when everything's sort of going wrong, but also acknowledging race within our society and superheroes. And then
it's pretty heavy.
We had a break with... Yeah, but it was good. I think they handled it really well. And you had Loki, which sort of dealt with finding yourself even, like...
Yeah.
Well, he finds more than himself. But, you know, like, being your own person and not being told who you have to be, even if you're told you have to fit one mold, being able to be fit into another mold.
Yeah.
And then, What If just had a lot of shit going on.
I finally caught up on the Marvel shows. I watched all of What If, like, last week.
What If I liked because they sort of took that comic booky feel.
Yeah.
The animation, like they did with... Obviously, Spider-Verse did it way better, but I liked the comic booky feel of the animation. Some of the stories were a little dumb, but other ones were really well done, I
enjoyed all of them. I think they were great.
Yeah. Yeah, and it introduced us to the multiverse, so, yeah.
I did
probably
almost
by the time
cry a few times.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with the Marvel shows. That's for sure. I've just been really happy with a lot of... I know people have opinions about Disney overall being, like, they're a huge conglomerate, but, you know, the shit they've put out, especially on Disney Plus, has been really good.
Yeah, I really want to rewatch the Netflix shows, though. I really do.
I saw season 1 of Daredevil and season 1 of Jessica Jones. And the only reason I watched Jessica Jones was because David Tennant was in it. And that show was good. Like, it's just traumatizing.
I mean, I think the weakest one was Iron Fist, but I still loved all of them. God,
I think I'll watch Luke Cage. I'll probably eventually watch Luke Cage just because I loved the actor who played Luke Cage, and I thought he did a really good job in Jessica Jones. But yeah, I just, you know, I know people have problems with Disney just in general, but man, they know how to make a TV show.
They make entertaining media, so...
Yeah.
And I am a consumer.
Yeah, that's... they know, they're good at what they do. I can't do anything about it.
I just want to escape into their media, and so...
Yeah, because by the time this comes out, Book of Boba Fett's gonna be out.
Oh, wow.
Can't wait. Yeah.
I didn't realize that was already coming out.
I think it's next week. Our time. So, yeah, we're super excited because, like, Mandalorian and everything, but, so yeah. Side plug. If you haven't seen the Star Wars Visions, series, they, like, anime up Star Wars. They basically gave these 7 separate studios in Japan free reign of the Star Wars universe to make these short films. They're, like, 17... I think the longest is 17 minutes, but they're like 6-ish minutes each, and they basically gave them free reign of anything they wanted to do in the Star Wars universe. We watched the first 4, and there was one that was pretty weak, but the other 3 were really good. They were originally in Japanese, so there's you can definitely tell the dub is there. But overall, they did a really cool job. Like, it's cool seeing the different animation styles between each studio. So I'm going to throw that other plug in there because I just realized we've just finished, or we're just watching those.
I'm still watching Buffy, so...
Charlie,
yeah?
get out of my cabin so that we can go celebrate the holidays with our friends.
Yay! Okay, I guess I will. We'll go around the campfire together.
Sitting around the campfire, our campfire song. C-A-M-P-F-I-R-E-S-O-N-G
song.
You can follow the podcast socials at Of the Eldest Gods Pod on Instagram and at Of the Eldest Gods on Twitter. You can send an iris message to us through oftheeldestgodspod@gmail.com. You can follow me, Taylor, at Taylor from Cabin 6 on Instagram, and Historical Femme, spelled F-E-M-M-E, on Twitter. Catch me on episodes of the Restricted Section, Hell from Elsewhere, and True Stories of a Tryhard.
You can follow me, Charlie, at GreenPixie12 on most platforms, mainly Instagram and Tumblr. But on Twitter, I'm at GreenPixie123, which I'm not salty about. No, not at all. I also have an art Instagram that I sometimes use at GreenPixieDraws. I sometimes do the YouTube thing on my channel, Charlie Mack. That's M-A-C-K.
Our music was written by Nora Strauss-Riggs and recorded and edited by Ian Emmerich. You can find Nora at Kane_I, that's I as in the body part, on Instagram and Twitter. Feel free to message her about making music for your project or editing your pod. We are proud to be a part of the Movie Night Crew Network, which features the Restricted Section, a chapter-by-chapter Harry Potter pod with lots of spoilers all the time, and the Movie Night Crew. Join some friends as they react to some terrible, some meh, and some really great movies.
Alrighty.
It's movie night.
Grab your popcorn,
grab your coffee,
grab your friend,
grab a cat.
And let's go!
Who directed this?
What year did it come out?
Is that girl from that show?
Who wrote this?
Where's the cat?
Who would you rather bang?
Pass the popcorn.
Does this pass the Bechdel test?
What about the Steve Buscemi test?
Does a woman literally speak in this movie?
Oh my god, a dog.
This reminds me of in Harry Potter when...
Are we recording?
What did the critics say?
It's a guilty pleasure.
What's your rating?
Can you be quiet?
Oh my god.
Movie Night Crew.
It's just like watching movies with your friends.
And then arguing about it after.
Every Sunday wherever you get podcasts.
Of the Eldest Gods is based on the series by Rick Riordan. Right now, we are discussing Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Remember to follow us on your favorite podcatcher and meet us back here every Thursday.
That movie sucked.
I kind of liked it.
Movie Night Crew Network.